Hi guys and welcome to today's video, and today is going to be this full face look using only MUA makeup. I did kind of use a few MUA brushes as well, but I don't have enough brushes to just use them, if that makes any sense. MUA is probably the cheapest brand you will possibly find out, like drugstore wise. It is closest to Poundland, I say, like it is that cheap. Some of their brushes are like £2, some of the products are only £1. So I'm really happy with the look I've managed to create. So if you'd like to know how to get this look using only MUA makeup, then keep on watching. So first of all, before anything else, I'm just going to put my hair back to get out of the way. I'm going to be starting off with my brows, and I've got the eyebrow pencil in blonde, and it's got like a little brush end and a pencil on the other end. All of the products that I mentioned, by the way, will be in the description bar below with their prices and what I paid for them. So first I'm just going to brush up my hairs. I'm then going to go into the pencil end and fill in my brows, going from the base upwards. This is kind of a waxy texture, so on my thin brows they might be a bit lost. Look at this brow. So I feel like I do my brows like okay normally, but these are just absolutely ridiculous. They are so waxy. Like look how thick these are. You cannot be precise whatsoever. Like I have slugs on my face right now. I'm not loving it. Like I don't know if you can see that, but it is absolute wax city. Like that is just, it's just something else. I'm going to try and brush half of this product out using the little brush end. See if that makes any difference. Okay, so I have tried out the brush end. I've tried brushing through the product, I've tried brushing away the product, I've tried shaping my brows, if you want to call this shaping, but nothing is stopping these two fat old slugs on my face. So we're going to just move aside from this pencil. It is a thumbs down. I hate it. I don't think I want to try this again. It's making my eyebrows feel waxy, and quite honestly I'd rather just have natural brows than what I've currently got on my face, because this is just... So the next product I'm going to go into is the MUA Luxe Bright and Lighten Eye Primer. It's kind of like a pinky shade, and I suppose it's just to create like an eye base, and I thought it would be really good for the base of my eyeshadow. It feels quite weighty as well. One thing I am going to say, like right now you cannot get a lot of product out from the doe foot applicator, so just that's another thing. I'm not entirely sure about this little tip. You're not getting a lot of product on it at once, so I'm having to go in quite a few times. I'm just going to put another layer of this on the eyelids, and we're just going to see if it balls up or if it gets streaky. Also I want to see if it intensifies the coverage on my eyelids. Okay, so I think it's done an okay job to sort of concealing like the veins on my eyelids. I've got quite a lot of veins on my eyelids, so I think it's done a good job at that. It has definitely brightened. It is much whiter. It has done as I would have expected it to, and it's kind of balled up and gone a little bit streaky where I've doubled up with the layers, but I don't think I've put that much on, so let's just see how it helps with the eyeshadows. So if you watch any of my other videos, you'll know that I'm subscribed to Glossybox, and a couple of months ago, I can't remember what month it was, we got given an MUA palette. I already have an MUA palette, so I knew that I did like the eyeshadows that were inside it. I had the one Undressed, which is, you can see, much loved, and I have hit pan on quite a few shades. And then in the Glossybox, I got a Heaven and Earth one, which is really pretty, and the Glitter Ball palette, which again, really pretty colours. I think today I'm going to use the Heaven and Earth palette. I just think this is a really gorgeous palette and I love these colours, so we're going to be playing with this one. So just on a fluffy crease brush, I'm going to be taking this shade here, which is called Amber June. And I'm just going to apply that all throughout the crease. Then on a smaller crease brush, I'm just taking this colour here called Valley. This is kind of a bronzy, sort of red, clayey, glittery colour. So at the moment it's looking quite messy, but I'm just going to clean all this up with a wipe afterwards and try and create a bit of a winged eyeshadow look. So with a flat shader brush, I'm just going to go into the shade Catacomb, which is kind of this pearly pink glittery shade, and I'm just going to apply that all over the lid. I've kind of just taken that eyeshadow and just put it on my inner corners, just sort of make it a bit brighter. Then with a smaller shader brush, I'm just going to go into the shade Amazon Bronze. I'm kind of just going to then pat it in between my outer V and the Catacomb colour on my lid, just sort of blend it all together. I'm then just going to go in with a fluffy brush and sort of just blend out all these harsh lines up here. With the same fluffy brush that I was using to blend out, I'm just going to go into the shade Aurora, and I'm just going to put this on my upper brow bone and sort of just blend it all into the crease a little bit more. I'm then just going to take a tiny sort of flat shader brush, I suppose, but it's kind of like a stubby brush for underneath the eyes, and then go into Canyon right here. I'm just going to apply this all over the lower lash line. I'm then just going to take a wipe and kind of just clear up any fallout and that line right here. So the next product I'm going to go in is the MUA Eye Define Eyeliner. I have used this before and I absolutely love it. It is one of my favourites at the moment and it is dead cheap. I think it's like £3, something like that. So with this I'm just going to do a little baby wing on each side, kind of just matching up with where I've cleaned up the eyeshadow. Okay, so it started off as a baby wing, but actually now it's just like a full-blown adult wing. It's got its own life, it's got its own job, and it's got its own house. I've got to say I love this eyeliner, and I'd say it is very comparable to the Collection one. Like Collection have that felt tip eyeliner that everyone used to rave about at one point. I feel like everyone raved about it. But yeah, this is so cheap and it does the job. It is lovely and jet black and it dries down to a matte formula, which I love. I don't really like shiny eyeliner. I mean, I do some looks, but not with a wing. Overall, I've got to give this product a massive thumbs up. Okay, so the next product I'm going to go into is this Nourish and Care Volume Eye Define Mascara with avocado oil in. It's got the sort of brush that I actually just really love, like those big barrel brushes, and yeah, it coats every single lash. I've got to say, I like this mascara. It's really nice. It does give a little bit of volume, but I've got to say, because I think of the avocado oil in it, it makes the texture kind of slippy, which isn't giving me like that firm curled lash effect, and it's not holding that curl. I mean, I tried to just curl my lashes before to give it a head start sort of thing, but it's not holding that top lash like I would like it to, so it's okay. I mean, there's better mascaras out there, so I'm going to give this a thumbs down. So the next product I'm going to go into is this Pout Prime Soothing Lip Primer, and I'm just going to put this all over my lips before I do my face, just so that my lips are nice and primed. I've got to say, I'm not picking anything up with my finger, and I'm kind of just, I'm going quite firmly, but I don't feel like I'm picking anything up. I mean, I think that's as much as I'm going to get onto my lips. They don't feel... I was expecting it to feel like kind of like a Vaseline on my lips, I guess, but I just can't really feel much on my lips. They do look quite nourished though in the camera, I'm not gonna lie. We'll see when it comes to lipstick if it makes my lips any better, I guess. It's okay, I feel like we can rate this in a minute. So now I'm going to go onto my face, and I'm going to use the Skin Define Hydro Primer, and it's kind of in this pot like a jelly formula. So if we open... Ooh! I was not expecting that. Oh, it's kind of like, I don't know if you can see that, it kind of looks like a hair gel. It's kind of freaking me out. And it has the consistency of a hair gel as well. That, like, ugh! Can you see that? Okay, here goes nothing. Oh, it's really cold. It literally feels like I'm putting hair gel all over my face. This feels so wrong. It doesn't smell of anything. Gotta say, it does feel pretty lightweight. I'm very refreshed. I mean, I have dry skin, which is why I picked this up, because I thought this is gonna help me. It's very weird. It's very weird. Now my face feels really cold. It's very cooling. Again, like the Pout Prime, I think I'm going to have to rate this in a minute after I've got my foundation on and my concealer and all that mumbo jumbo. Okay, so the next product I have got is my foundation, and I'm using the Skin Define Matte Perfect Foundation with vitamin A, E and jojoba, which I think is like jojoba oil, and this is in the shade Natural Ivory. So I'm just going to put about, I don't know, 2 pumps. Look how big that pump is! That was a whole pump. What on earth? Okay, right, now we're talking. Right, that was like, I feel like that first pump was a bit void, so this is kind of 2.5 pumps on the back of my hand. I'm then going to go in with my favourite foundation brush at the moment, which is the Zoeva Silk Finish 102 brush. So I think this foundation is pretty thick. I'm not liking it a lot, I've got to say. Like, I don't know if you can tell if I get closer to the camera, but it is quite thick. I mean, can you tell? Like, it's not too bad, and it's quite like tacky to the touch. I feel like my sort of colour match is actually quite good. I don't know about this one, I'm kind of in the middle, I'm on the fence. For the price, I think it's a good foundation. It is covering, I'd say this is a full coverage foundation for what it is. Obviously higher end full coverage foundations will cover everything. This is good. It's okay, but I feel like for my skin, because it's dry, it's just clumping onto the dry skin a little bit and it's not going over. So one of my favourite foundations is the Bourjois Healthy Mix, and I feel like they've gone for the same looking sort of packaging and everything, so maybe you could call this a dupe, I'm not entirely sure. But I find this it's got more of a gel consistency, so it doesn't clump on any dry skin, it just sort of seamlessly goes over. It's okay, it looks alright. That's all I have to say about it. So for concealer, I'm going to go into the Cover and Conceal concealer. That's it, that's just its name, it has nothing else to it. There wasn't a colour selection for this whatsoever, it was this or an orangey colour, which were obviously for deeper skin tones, but it was just way too orange to be a concealer. So nearer the lash line, that brush is not working. I should have probably done my eyeshadow underneath my eye after, now looking back on it. I don't know why I did that, but we're just gonna have to work with it. Sometimes you just do stupid things. One thing I'm going to say about this concealer, it is so thick. Like, it's thick but there's no pigmentation. Like, I feel like it's done nothing but just make my eyes look a bit white and ghostly. So I'm not liking that. I'm not liking this concealer at all. I mean, I'll zoom in. You can just see it's kind of clumping up a little bit. It's a little bit tacky, but it's just not giving me the pigmentation I want. It's just sort of giving me a white cast rather than anything. Yeah, not impressed. It's okay. Again, better concealers out there. You go for the Collection 2000 or Collection, whatever it's called nowadays, I don't know. The Collection concealer, and it's just so much better. It's got that pigmentation and it doesn't give me that white cast. So I mean, there's not much price difference. This is more yellow, definitely. It's okay. It's okay. I wouldn't reach for it and I wouldn't buy it again, so So the next product I'm going to go into is the MUA Translucent Pressed Powder. It's very white, as you can see. It creates a bit of a white cast when you put it on. I'm going to go into this with the Real Techniques 100 brush in the Bold Metals. I love this brush and it applies powder beautifully. So, okay, I don't know if you can see that, but like, can you see all that powder? I'm going to One thing I've got to say about this powder is that it's very finely milled. So finely milled, in fact, that it's a little bit dusty. Another thing was that the colour selection when I was at like the MUA store bit was not great. It was this one and another one for deeper skin tones. So every person that is not a deeper skin tone has got to have this white colour, which is not great if you've got a little bit of a tan going on, because you can't quite go to the deeper skin toned ones and you can't have this one. So, meh. I've got to say, this powder is actually not too bad. I'm actually quite impressed with it. It's not too dry and it's finely milled enough to not sort of give me more colour and more coverage. It is just setting. Actually, I was slating it in the beginning, but it's just not bad. I think this was £1, so I mean, look, you can see on my face, like, it hasn't given me that extra layer. It has just set, which is really good. I still cannot get over those eyebrows. Can we just not even look at those, please? Please. So overall, for £1, I think this is really great. I think you should go out and buy it now. Go. Right now. So for £1, I think this is a great alternative, and also I think this is very comparable to the L'Oreal Nude BB powder. Is this translucent? No, it's just a Nude Magnique powder. But yeah, I think this is very comparable actually. I think the same shade. I think this one is a hair lighter, but it's very comparable. I think this one was something stupid, like, was it £8? I want to say it's like near that region, sort of, you know, the £5 to £10 region, but this is £1 and I'd say this is a brilliant dupe for it, and I'm happy with the way it set my face. So overall, thumbs up. So the next product I'm going to go into is the Sun-Kissed Bronze Bronzer. Again, this was £1, so it's kind of like the translucent powder. in the way that it's formatted. This is the lightest shade. They're very warm tone, and I think I'll be going with a light hand. I'm going into the F6 MUA brush to apply this, kind of give me a little bit of a warm contour. Again, gonna go with this midget. If you haven't had a chance to go check out like MUA's brushes, I recommend so much, like so much. They are one of my favourite drugstore brushes, if you want to call them. They're so cheap, they're dirt cheap. If you can get some of their eye brushes, they are $1.99. $1.99 for a brush. Come on, MAC ones cost like $20.99. They're so soft, they apply brilliantly. I love them. I have a couple of eye brushes, some face brushes, and like a cute fan brush. I love them and I highly recommend them. I already feel like that's too much, and I have like not even got anything on my brush. I just feel like it's too much already. I'm just gonna apply it to like the perimeter of my face as well. More of a kind of warming up than contouring. Gotta say, I'm not hating this. It's alright. I just don't like the fact that it's so orangey. For £1, it's okay. It's a good bronzer for £1. I don't like it as much as the translucent powder, so I don't want to give it like a thumbs up. I don't want to give it a thumbs down. I'd give it like this. I'd give it this. The next product I'm going to go into is the Pixel Perfect Blush. Now I've just swatched this and I'm a little bit concerned that I've just wasted, like, I think this was £4. I don't know why I just spent £4, but I'm just going to swirl it with my finger, right? So this is, when you swatch with your fingers, you're getting the oils and you're getting, you know, the pressure from your finger. So you're probably going to get the most intense swatch, if anything, when you do it on your hand. You just watched me swatch that. Can you see that? Because I don't see anything. This is a massive thumbs down, and I'm kind of disappointed because I was expecting more from this. This blush is way more expensive than their other blush that they've got, which is sort of like this little bar. This is only £1, so with one swipe it is so much more creamier. Like, come on, where's the other one? So I'm going to use the other MUA blush that I have in the shade Cupcake, and because it is that much more pigmented, I'm just gonna, like, done. I feel like that's too much already. Like, I feel like the intensity of that blush is just so much more than the other one, and I've just touched it. So because MUA didn't have a highlight that I could see anywhere, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong and just put in the comments down below if there is one, but I didn't see one when I was there. So I've picked up this eyeshadow, which I think is quite cool, and it is in the shade Champagne. So I'm going to go in with a Zoeva 105 Luxe highlight brush and touch that on my cheeks. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, okay, hello. Oh, that's pretty. So I have used this in another tutorial. It was my, I think it was my £10 makeup challenge. I'm pretty sure I used it. From one swatch, it's just so beautiful. Like, you just don't think there's gonna be much to it in the pan. It's just created a really pretty highlight and I love it. So this is a massive thumbs up from me. So finally we've got the lipstick, and this was £1, and this is in the shade Nectar. It looks more orange than it is in person. In person it's kind of like a peachy colour, but on here it's like a vibrant coral orange. Don't know why. These lipsticks are so creamy. They're almost actually quite slippery. They will transfer, as you can see. Coming back to the two primers I've got on, I have actually tried this lipstick without the Pout primer and I just see no difference whatsoever in my lips. I mean, I'll zoom you in. As you can see, it's like quite shiny, but this has done nothing. Massive thumbs down. I thought it was going to do a lot, but it's absolutely just done nothing. And I think it's supposed to sort of smooth your lips out, but Vaseline. This, on the other hand, I feel like it has created a really lovely base. I haven't tried out the foundation alone, so I can't tell you if this has been effective or not, but it's created a nice base. So yeah, going back to the lipstick, really pretty colour, quite slippery. They're £1. I like this colour, I've had it a while now. So this is the final look. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I don't mind this. This is all MUA makeup. It's all like, this is the cheapest makeup you can buy next to Poundland. You know, what I've got on my face is probably the cheapest makeup you can buy. I'll put in the description bar down below how much this has actually cost me, like how much this face is worth. I mean, the eyebrows are just not up for discussion, to be honest. They're just absolutely horrendous. But I mean, if you were to go, I'm trying to go far back without giving you like 14 chins, they look alright from far back, but you know, when we get here, you just realise they're just a mess. So don't like that. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see any more full face tutorials using one brand, then put it in the comments down below, and if you've got any more video suggestions, then I am open to it and I will do them for you if you'd like. I've had some fun creating this look, so I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you would like to check out more of my videos, please hit the subscribe button and go check them out. So that's it for today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! With the same flushy, it's lovely and black jet, no. So yeah, overall for £1, can you see it now?